Well, hello there. Earlier this week I posted a video that said, what do you think about me sharing Deepak Chopra with everyone, or the concepts of Deepak Chopra? And a lot of people said they'd love it, so let's get started. First thing I'd like to say is that when I did post that video, I got a lot of responses from people saying things like, do you know Jesus? Have you been saved? Have you read the Bible? Jesus is enough for me. And I just wanted to say that I am in no way introducing Deepak Chopra as anyone's savior. He is not a savior. He's not a self-proclaimed savior. He's just a spiritual teacher. That's it. That's one of the many things that he does. He's been a keynote speaker at Harvard Medical School as well as seminary schools. So he's a world-renowned author. He's written more than 50 books. He has done over 100 audio DVDs and CDs. So if anyone would like to get more information about him, it's available at www.chopra.com. But let me tell you where I see Deepak fitting into our lives as a spiritual teacher or a spiritual guide. Basically, everyone has their divinity of choice, whether it be Jesus or God or Allah or Buddha or whoever. That's everyone's personal choice. Who they choose as their divinity. However, there is a path to enlightenment that all of those various divinities walked at one point in time or another in their lives, that allowed them to reach that particular level of enlightenment so that they could teach others. And so my contention is that if I want to be like Jesus, I have to understand how Jesus became who he is. In the Bible, we see Jesus as a young baby, and then we don't really see Jesus again except like one time when he's adolescent, and then we see him again when he's 30. By the time we see him when he's 30, he's already reached a level of enlightenment. He already knows that he is one with his Father. He already understands the concept of love and of oneness with others. And I would like to understand that journey that he took, that 18 years that we don't see or don't read about in the Bible. I would like to understand that, because that's the journey that I'm on. You know, I love Jesus, but by the same token, I'm on a personal spiritual journey of my own, and basically I feel like I need all the help that I can get in understanding the difference between being of this world and being spiritual, experiencing this world. And that's where I see Deepak fitting in. I see him fitting in as someone who can help aid me on that journey or on that path to enlightenment that I emulate, that Jesus arrived to and shares with me through the Bible. So, that being said, let's move on. So, let me also say that everything that I say in this video is my own interpretation of what I've read from Deepak Chopra, so I in no way mean to come off as if I know everything or understand everything, because I don't. I'm on my own spiritual journey, and as I stated in my other video, this sharing these concepts with you is as much for me as it is for you. So the first concept that I feel is sort of like a baseline in spirituality is the concept of self-acceptance. And not self-acceptance in the way that, I'm a good person and I should accept myself because I'm loving and lovable. Not like that. But the concept of self-acceptance in that we accept ourselves and we accept others, that every interaction that we have in this world and in this life, every relationship that we have is a mirror to ourselves. And what I mean by that is, if I'm in relationship with you, let's just say at work, and for some reason I don't like you, or there's something about you that I find offensive, that is an indicator to me that there is something within me that I either don't like or deny about myself. In this world, we are all human beings, but we are all interconnected. And this goes back to when Jesus talks about, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And, I would take it a step further and say, love your neighbor because they are you. When you look at your neighbor and you make judgments against your neighbor, you're basically looking at yourself and making judgments against yourself. We are all here and all part of God's beautiful universe, and we are all our own individual expressions of God. So that being said, the exercise for this week is to write down the things that you like about yourself and write down the things that you don't like about others. So for example, you might like to say something like, I'm kind, I'm friendly, I'm nurturing, all of the things that you like about yourself. And then write down the things that you don't like about other people. I don't like people that are jealous. I don't like people that are mean. I don't like people that are rude. And then the assignment is to look at the things that you don't like about others and come up with 1 or 2 examples for yourself of when you were that way. For example, if you don't like people that are rude, come up with 1 or 2 examples of when you yourself were rude. If you don't like people who are jealous, come up with 1 or 2 examples of when you yourself were jealous. Basically, the goal of this assignment is for you to find not only acceptance for self, but acceptance for others, and understand that there's no positive or negative attributed to these traits. They just are part of who you are as a being, as an experiential being on this earth. And there's no shame in having any of the traits, what you perceive now as positive or negative. So that's the goal. But again, as you go through your week this week, and you encounter things that make you feel uncomfortable, or you encounter things that make you angry or make you upset or mad, try to step back from it and have that conversation with yourself. When have I been this way? What was I thinking? What was I doing? When have I treated someone like this? And hopefully, through that, you will gain greater self-acceptance. Peace and love.